All right. So we can be respectful of everybody's time commitment here. My name is Steve Showalter, and I'm the Director of Admissions here. And I have a great teammates here from the marketing department. Natalia and Roberto will be helping me through this webinar. And what I'd like to cover on this webinar are those 5 reasons to earn a master's in counseling degree, and also some of the requirements for submitting your application. So let's just go ahead and get started. We've been around for quite some time. As a matter of fact, Divine Mercy University is celebrating its 25th year. We started out 1999 with our doctorate in clinical psychology. Had a group of faculty get together and said, how do we infuse this Catholic Christian understanding of the person, marriage, and family into the modern sciences? So we started out in 1999. Then in 2014, we launched the Masters in Psychology program online. Then in 2015, we kind of split because we added another school, the School of Counseling. And at that time, we took on our name of Divine Mercy University. I want to talk a little bit about our accreditation and approvals. And probably the best way to liken that is when we go to the grocery store and we look to consume anything, we always look at the labels. Is the meat certified? What's on the labels of the can? Because what we eat, we want to make sure that it's good for our body and we're going to be around for quite some time. Well, the school's the same way. We have a lot of accreditations because the education you're going to get here is going to feed your mind and hopefully give you that background and understanding to have a lifelong career. We have a regional accreditation by SACS, and that covers all along the East Coast, and it bends down around to Texas. We also have approval from the state of Virginia. But what I want you to focus in on is that one in the lower right-hand corner, CACREP. That's a very important and a sought-after accreditation. That accrediting body goes out to schools and universities across the country that have counseling programs, and they accredit them after attaining a certain level. And where that impacts on you is upon graduation and meeting all the requirements for licensing. When you go to your individual state licensing board, they know that the level that you have attained upon graduation. And that's why it's so important with our CACREP accreditation. Now, what makes us unique? Obviously, it's the basis of psychology and a Catholic view of the human person through those 3 lenses. I like to say we're going to give you the modern sciences, social, psychological, behavioral. We're going to put those tools in your toolbox for you to help heal those in need. But what is different, I feel, is we take those modern tools and combine them with over 2,000 years of Catholic Christian teaching on human dignity, marriage, and family. As a matter of fact, our faculty has a published textbook, you can see up there in the first paragraph, Catholic Christian Meta Model of the Human Person. And you can go on Amazon and read several reviews about that textbook. The main reason, the number one reason, obviously, is you all are here and striving to be that licensed mental health professional. And we're going to provide you the educational means to be able to meet those goals. Once again, we're going to feed your mind with those high quality educations. Now, we do not license you here at the school. We give you the educational background and working with individuals to prepare you for licensing. As you see there, only the states can determine eligibility, not us here at the educational program. Normally, you're going to take a state license, which is a national exam, and you'll also have a supervised clinical practice, probably for approximately 2 years after graduation. Let's jump on to number 2. Obviously, what you'll be doing is you'll actually be working with people in need, working through that healing process that we will work with you on. Now, while you're going through your program here at Divine Mercy University, you'll come for 3 residencies. Those residencies are weekend residencies, coming in on a Wednesday evening, have a social gathering to meet your cohort face to face. Then you'll train Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after Mass, a quick wrap up, and off you depart back to where you came from. You're going to have a residency end of your first 8 weeks. You'll have one somewhere in the middle of your program, whether you're going full-time or part-time. And then you'll have one right before your last semester, because your last semester is going to be your practicum and internship. Now, the practicum, as you can see there, is a key opportunity for you to begin your working with people. Think of it as a pre-internship. Right there, you're going to be spending 100 hours. That's in addition to your internships. And those internships are going to be done in the state where you want to put down professional roots. We want you to practice under the guidance of that state licensed clinician, kind of learning the ins and the outs prior to your examination with the state licensing board. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is our faculty. They are pretty high caliber individuals. We have just a few of them listed here, but they are practicing clinicians. So they're bringing that real-time experience into the classroom. It's not somebody that has gotten their doctorate and has published a book and has not worked in the field for the past 10, 15 years. No, these are individuals that are going to impart all of their knowledge that they have gathered through their practices and through their publications and research. They're going to impart that on you. And when I say impart, they are not a faculty that says, come in, sit down, be quiet, take notes, and have no interaction with me. No, they realize that in a few short years, you will be colleagues. So they want to make sure that you are well-versed and well-trained to go out there as a healer in faith. I recommend that you go back to our website and you can read the bios on all of the faculty that will be interacting with you. And like I said, that interaction is they want to hear as much from you as you want to hear from them. It's a partnership. Let's move on to number 4. Increase your employment and salary opportunities. I'll just let you read this list, and it's a short list of where you can travel down the path that you choose as a licensed counselor. And you can see it's quite diverse. And like I said, it's just a very, very short list. One of the things that we have on our website is we have an alumni tab that you can go on. You can call up your state, or you can go into all the alumni from the mental health counseling program that have gone before you, and you can see what they're doing, where they're located. There may even be a licensed alumni real close to you. And if they're on that website, they say, no problem, you can reach out and contact me and ask me questions about my practice and what I've done since I graduated. So a great resource there for you. Let's move on to number 5. And this is one of the great things about our program. It's a hybrid program, and you'll have online classes. You'll be able to have asynchronous, which means it fits around your schedule. We don't care if you go to the virtual classroom and work on your assignments at 2 a.m. in the morning or a little bit during lunch. You know, the great thing about asynchronous is you don't have to block out like an undergrad degree. You don't have to block out a full 60 minutes or 90 minutes in a row for a class. Now, there are some synchronous there, but those are prearranged times when you'll come together. Most of those are Tuesdays and Thursdays. We found out that Fridays were no bueno. Nobody wanted to show up. So it's mainly going to be in the evenings and around the Tuesday, Thursday timeframe. Now let's talk about the requirements. Obviously, I hope that everyone listening here has a baccalaureate degree, an undergraduate degree. We will require your original transcripts. For my international students, I saw a few of us here, you'll have to have your transcript evaluated. And I will be assisting you through this entire process once you complete your application. We have a minimum GPA of 3.0. We want you to be successful out there. If you fall a little bit below, don't give up hope. Reach out to me. We'll start a conversation, and there are such things as waivers. You have to take the GRE. Now, GREs, if you've taken one in the last 5 years, that's good. For those of you that have taken master's level programs and courses, we can take a look at those and see if you could submit those for waivers. The way the process works is once you complete your application, once I collect all the required documents, you have a completed folder, then I can have you sit for your faculty interview. And at that faculty interview, they will make the determination of admit. Once you're admitted, then you're pretty much treated like a student. Start out orientation, given your student email address, link up with the library, all of those things to prepare you and have you comfortable and ready for that first day of class. Let's talk about the cost. The cost for the entire program. That's the entire program, whether you're going full-time and complete the course in 2 years, 8 months, or you go part-time, taking one class at a time, moving through that program in 4 years, 6 months. This is the total cost. Now, how are we going to assist you becoming that healer in faith and meeting your goals and dreams? We'll have federal aid for those that qualify. Also, some of you may be working jobs that will provide employer tuition reimbursement, much like Chick-fil-A. They do a great, great job of supporting their employees. If I have any veterans out there like myself, we are a yellow ribbon school, so that will be available to you. Even if you are a spouse, there are opportunities for you out there. We have internal scholarships and grants. We start very, very early, having you know your financial aid backing. The minute you complete your application, that allows me to start a lot of things. It allows a lot of the agencies to assist you here at school. And part of that will be looking through our scholarships that are on our website, and you can apply for 4 and receive the 2 highest ones that'll benefit you. I like to say our financial aid representatives do a great job of giving away our money. There's also alternate funding there. We even have cash plans. Now you'll be paying semester by semester as you go, registering for your classes. And that will allow you can set up a payment plan. And the payment plan is much like buying a car. You get to make month by month installments. So tremendous amount of options there for you. This one I wanted to highlight, National Health Service Corps. I don't know if much of you know about it or have researched, but this is after you graduate. If you serve in an underserved area of the country and you put in a minimum amount of time and effort, as you can see there, you can get up to $50,000 towards your tuition costs. We also have partnerships. I also wear a second hat as director of partnerships. And what I've done is I've going around to dioceses and organizations and schools and worked out a partnership with them. So their alumni, their employees, the people that belong to that organization to come to our school, go into our counseling program, and receive a reduced rate of tuition. If any of you members out there are Focus, you can receive up to a 33% tuition reduction. And that's part of what you and I will work through to find out all the monies that are available to you and all the resources to help you reach that goal and dream. And as a recap, have to receive your baccalaureate degree, a minimum overall 3.0. And as I said, if you fall a little bit below that, 2.7, 2.8, let's have a discussion. Reach out to me, schedule a time. I'll have Natalia put my calendar up once again at the end when we answer questions. Have to take the GRE. That may be waiverable for you. And the interview process, as I said, once your package is complete, I will slot you in for a faculty interview. And that's a Zoom interview. You don't have to come to campus. It'll be done remotely. There'll be 4 of you along with 2 faculty members, just having a conversation. The faculty wants to get to know you on a little more personal level. This is the reflection side. You have to ask yourself these questions. Is it the right path for me? Do I have that internal passion and desire, particularly the passion, to help heal the whole person? Do I want a career, and particularly the knowledge from Divine Mercy University, the modern tools and that 2,000 years of Catholic Christian teaching? Do I want that to feed my brain so I have a long-lasting career to help people in need? And do you feel that have a positive contributions? I want to help heal those in need. And really, the 4th one is kind of a biggie. Once you start, can you commit to going to graduation and becoming that healer in faith? Application process, I've talked about this, really, really easy. The first thing is to complete that application. We have seats available for our May 21st start. And it's easy to get in there. I still have faculty interview slots open, but I have to give those first come, first serve for those that fill out the application and get their package in on time. And as I said, once you submit that application, that allows a lot of people to come to your aid, particularly financial aid. You can see there, one of the things is to complete your FAFSA, and please put our school code down. That way it comes directly to our financial aid office. You have to submit all the required documents to make your package complete, and they're right there. Simple essay, 700 words, your resume, your transcripts, 1 recommendation, and of course the GRE. Now, you do not have to have the GRE completed to go to the faculty interview. You have to have the GRE completed before the first day of class, obviously. And of course, step 4, step 5, and step 6 is a happy one, because that's when everything comes together and you're offered admissions, your scholarship package is complete, and you begin the onboarding process of Masters in Counseling program orientation. And our next class begins May 21st. And it's an easy thing to get in, get all of that done, get you ready to go May 21st. Because for those of you that have been out a while, out of school, I always recommend starting this term because it's just 8 weeks long. After you're done with that 8 weeks, you have a break. You have a couple weeks break before the fall semester because the fall semester is back-to-back 8-week terms and you don't get a chance to catch your breath until after 16 weeks. Here is my contact information. Now, I know we went quickly, but for those that want to start the summer term, I'll even give you application fee waiver. And if you copy that down, CCMMP 1999, that will waive the $55 application fee. And that way you and I can start working together. All right, let's go ahead and let me take your questions. And Mary asked, is the GRE an absolute requirement? Yes, it is. As I said, if you have taken master's level classes, then we can go in and do a waiver. Now, don't freak out about the GRE. That is not the sole thing that they look at. They look at other higher level documents that they place greater value on. The GRE is nothing more than a test of how you may do in a graduate level program. But during the interview, during your personal statement, your recommendation coming from supervisor or faculty, they look at those a little higher. I hope that answered your question, Mary. All right. Baylor, on what date does the application open for fall 2025? That should be opening up probably in about another week or two. So normally if you go in and start your application, you can go ahead and in the drop-down menu, if it says fall 2025, which is an August start, then you can go ahead and select it and continue through. Okay. Sloan, MS in health science, is it possibly? Absolutely. Absolutely, Sloan. That's something, like I said, an MS degree. You've already gone through a master's level program. So you kind of know what to expect and what to do. So yes, Sloan, absolutely. And I will be your contact for applying for this summer. So you can go ahead, use that Calendly. I know that Natalia will post it again here at the end, but I will be your point of contact. Please fill out a date that you and I can talk. Can you slow down your track if you start full time but need to slow down for any reason? Yes, yes, you can, Baylor. Depending, I'd like to have a conversation with you. There's a lot of things that it may be better to start out part-time at the slow pace, one class at a time till you get in a rhythm, get your feet on the ground, and then you can ramp back up to full-time. But remember, you're registering semester by semester, so you can ramp up or ramp down. depending on your needs, not our needs, but your needs. Once again, we want to have another healer in faith out on the street. Okay, John, when does the application open to start in January 2026? Probably around middle of October, November. All right. Peace. If you've taken the GRE within the last 5 years, we can accept that. All right, we'll just go ahead. We got some still. Brenda, welcome. About the FAFSA. Anything financially for senior citizens? Absolutely, there may be. We have, I think, 15, 16 internal scholarships focused on masters in counseling. And we like to say we've got a scholarship for anybody. So once again, please, Brenda, reach back out to me. We can talk one-on-one about your particular instance and maybe look at some of the scholarships that are in our webpage. Okay, Damien, how many credits are there? There are 66 credit hours of coursework. So 66 credits. There's 100 practicum hours and then 600 internship hours. And the great thing about those 600 hours, 240 of those are direct contact, where you get to actually work with an individual using your skills and taking them through the healing process. Sloan, I do not believe that Sloan's question was, can you do your practicum and internship hours in a school setting, i.e. a school counselor setting? No, you cannot do that as a school counselor, two different occupations, two different jobs. Now, if your school or your region has mental health counselors working in the schools. Some of them have one per district, two per district, depending on how big they are. Then yes, that may be an opportunity but you would not be doing internship as a school counselor. You'd be doing internship as a mental health counselor if they have that billet at the school. Okay, Teresa, practicum requirements. You will receive assistance with your practicum and also your internship. And that's something that starts very, very early in your program as far as helping with preparation, because going to your practicum and internship, it's almost like a job interview. We assist you preparing all of that information, and we have faculty members that are part of assisting you getting back into your state or where you want to put professional roots down. Do you get a small stipend during your, Cynthia? Excellent question. That's always asked. And I can say yes and no. It all depends where you perform your internship. But most of the time, it's going to be a no. but there are ones out there that provide small stipends. Good question. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody. You have my email, my phone number, and also my calendar. Natalia, would you print it one more time, my information for one last look? And I hope to be talking more individually with you one-on-one to really make it clear that if you have that passion, that heart, and that desire, we are going to be here for you to go down this educational journey and make you that healer in faith. All right, I want to thank everybody for attending and hope to talk to you in the future.